new map, Avalon, is officially here. Kind of. Today, we're able to take an early look, flying around to everywhere new and seeing how good it is. Now, as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, we are diving straight in to the brand new Avalon map. I'm sorry, we got like some random teammates and it was not on purpose, but I had Sheepreds invite me in because he has completed the campaign. So as you can see, this is the brand new Avalon map. I mean, what an absolute beauty. I can't lie, I'm actually really excited for it, but what I want to do off rip is probably rotate backwards here. I know you probably want to see the middle of the map, but we're going to go through step by step and check out absolutely everything. But to be able to do that, I need to kind of show you guys edge forward. So what we're going to do is we're going to start way back here. I know. And we're good. So this is where we're going to be landing. As you can see, this is the kind of end game mode. There's a little, what is happening? Did you guys see that? That was so weird. I was getting like super framiness. But this is the in-game mode, which means that you're gonna have some zombies, which I can probably kill pretty quickly. Yeah, you can probably go through and like kill some of these zombies if you need to, but the way that you get into this is by completing the campaign. However, if you do have a friend that has completed the campaign, you can just have them invite you. So if you're trying to check out the new Avalon map that's going to come with Blackout, which is the Warzone variant of Blackout, then all you have to do is have a teammate invite you or a friend invite you. So off rip here, what we're going to do is we're going to kind of rotate around and hit all these main areas. And as we do, I'll kind of walk you through everything. We'll talk about it a little bit. But one thing I'm going to note here is if I stand right here, you can kind of see that at a distance, it looks a little blurry, a little hazy. I'm not quite certain if this is a texture bug overall or if we're going to see that change in the future, but I think what's going on is because this game is still allowing people on PS4 to play, you're going to be seeing some things that have downgraded the graphics, which is a little upsetting, but it also could be to do with all the things on the map. A lot of these things will cause lag in games, and you'll see that as we kind of rotate through some of these higher difficulty areas. It's kind of like Modern Warfare Zombies. It kind of feels like Urzikstan. It kind of feels like Al Mazrah, and it kind of feels like Blackout. Now, when I say that, I mean, yes, grapples are back. We have wingsuits back in, and we're going to be having a blast on this map whenever it finally drops. But off rip, I'm going to show you, we're kind of at these ruins here. We've got a little bit of an area. You can see it's kind of chugging along. This is what I was talking about. It gets a little laggy. And if I go into my account and network, you can see the latency just like starts skyrocketing for absolutely no reason. It's a little buggy. It's day one. We're technically on New Zealand servers, but let's go ahead and rotate over to Clifftown. Now, on feet, this is going to be super slow, but instead of going on feet, what you can do is you can actually grapple onto the edge of something, let go of the grapple, and then pull your wingsuit, and you'll be able to make it to wherever you're trying to get to relatively quick. So right here we have Clifftown. I'm gonna just stab that guy real quick. And as you can see, there's gonna be quite a few bots over here, but we're not gonna be trying to fight these guys. We just wanna pass through. We're not super worried about it. They're all level 1 bots because of the difficulty range. You can see we've got regular difficulty, yellow, orange, and red. So different levels of difficulty, kind of like we did in Modern Warfare Zombies.
Inbound grenade.
Yeah, you can see it's a lot like Modern Warfare Zombies here, but this kind of reminds me of Fortune's Keep. And from what I understand, it was created, in collaboration with High Noon, Beanox, stuff like that, like those companies who also created Fortune's Keep. So let me take this up to the top. And as you can see, this is the high ground view. It is beautiful, but again, if you look out in the distance, it's a little hazy. For you guys on YouTube, you're probably not gonna have this issue. I'm playing in 4K, and I can immediately tell when there's a quality drop, and you'll actually be able to see it with this tree as I get closer. What'll end up happening is that it kind of changes the texture. So, hey there, Editor Expel here. Make sure if you haven't already to hit that subscribe button. Hit the damn thing right now. All right, thanks. It's a little buggy right now, is what I would say, because I'll show you my settings. We've got these graphics pretty much maxed out. Obviously, we have VRAM set to 80, but even if I change it, like it doesn't make a difference. It's still super hazy. So the only, oh, the whole lobby just lagged out. Yo, to the lobby. Oh, all right. Anyway, sorry. We had C-Preds there because I was I was literally trying to get back in. And like I said, I joined on C-Pred, so that's how I got in here. Now, I'm pretty sure this initial wingsuit, you can go pretty far. You can kind of go wherever you want because you get like a lot of extra boost. So what I've done... Give it a little roll right there. What I've done is I've tried to rotate back up to Clifftown so that I can show you guys this. I apologize about that, but we'll kind of go through actually, and I'm not going to show you Clifftown again. What I'll do is I'll show you we do have redeploy drones in this, but again, this mode is different. Don't expect it to be the exact same whenever we hop into Avalon officially. So like right here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just go up. Yeah, we're going to take the redeploy, and you can see this is where we were before. Instead of it going there, let's go ahead and wrap around. You can see this bridge here, but what I want to do is I want to check out this area, which is called water treatment. And if I'm not wrong, part of this looks to be what we had on Blackout itself. So if you notice, this is kind of like fracking tower in Blackout. I don't know if you remember that area, but you can see we've got these titties here. You know, normally there would be a big tower in the center, but clearly that's not there. But that's what it kind of reminds me of. And that's why I'm saying it brings Blackout vibes for sure. Let me get rid of this guy right here. So now we're going to go ahead and rotate over to this area here. Let me see if I can I hit it? I can. Look at that. And then you can swing around and you fly over. It's a pretty cool mechanic to have these grapples. And I feel like people are pretty much going to figure it out very early. I have to imagine with grapples being something that people have asked for so many years, it's going to be in Blackout, right? Like that has to be what happens here. But again, you know, if you're trying to get around the map really quickly, what you do is you kind of hit the grapple and then you fly. And these grapples come back relatively quickly. So if you're trying to memorize this map, really the best thing you can do before the Blackout mode comes is to do exactly what I'm doing, where we kind of rotate around the map. We hop in, you know, you've got 30 minutes to do whatever you need to do. And you can see it's chugging again. This is what I was talking about. It's a little laggy in this mode, but it is what it is. Now up here, we've got some ruins, and you'll notice I keep pulling up the map because I'm trying to like show you guys. And again, you know, really bad ping, really bad packet burst. You can see it in the top left popping up. I think it's just the mode. I don't think it's necessarily prepared for prime time. So we're just in a situation where, you know, it is what it is. And we'll go ahead and fly over to the next area, which isn't named, but it is going to be an area that I feel like a lot of people are going to land whenever it comes to Blackout. It looks like this would be an area where they have a lot of chests or, I don't know, crates or whatever you want to call it. And over here, you can see clearly there's going to be some people. We're not worrying about the people right now. But you can see there's a lot of different buildings. There's probably going to be some chests around this area. You got some lumber that you can hide behind, some cinder blocks, things of that nature. And the further you go, you can actually get to one of these towers, which I think is how I figured out how to use my grapple. And I'll actually just go ahead and show you, since I've got a couple of grapples in my pocket here. I'll go ahead and show you what I'm talking about. So the grapples are really cool because you can use them consecutively. You won't really want to, but you can use it consecutively. So you do that, and then you can grapple up to the very tip top, and then you're just there, dude. And you can pull your wingsuit at pretty much any time. Now, I don't know if this is going to go with Blackout, but like if I feel like I'm going to splat the ground, if I get pretty close, I can just make sure to pull my wingsuit and it won't cause me any damage. So I wouldn't even really be mad if they had like higher damage for falling in this, because you can pull your wingsuit and you can do some pretty crazy things. Like if I am to do that, and then I do this, and then I do this, and then I pull my wingsuit, and then I slide, like the movement combinations are infinite. It is actually ridiculous how fast you can move in this. Now, I think it's going to be a pretty wild mode because with grapples, now I don't know if they're going to come back, but with grapples being the way that they are, I don't know if this is going to be something where people get really annoyed or what the deal is, but I mean, I guess we'll have to see how it goes. Either way, we're still kind of rotating around here. Now, you can see this thing right here. I don't know if this is like a good thing or a bad thing. Do you see how crazy the aim assist is in this mode? I'm hands off, just walking, and it like pulls me toward it. I wonder if I can... Yeah, hands off. You can see that it's like tracking this right here. Yeah, still, that's crazy. It is literally insane. But we are currently still in the level 1 area, so this is a huge map, just to be clear. This is an absolutely massive map. So as we rotate around, you know, try and find somewhere that you might feel like is going to be the place for you to land in the future. But here we have a couple more buildings. This is an unnamed area, so I'll go ahead and show you. You know, you can dive off into a glide here. And again, another area where I feel like it's going to be a pretty great, you know, place to land in, loot up, and maybe not die, maybe not die, maybe not die, maybe not die. Land in, loot up, get some kills. You can see I'm using the Peacekeeper, which I've leveled up in multiplayer already a little bit. But it's a pretty decent little building there. Gonna be definitely a hot drop, I'm sure, with how large the building is. But like, dodge that, fly, and we're good. Roll. I mean, it's just cool what you can do. Now you can see that around here there's a thing that you can follow around, but we're actually gonna just go ahead and rotate over to the old arsenal, which looks like it has, and I don't even think I saw this before, it looks like it has half a cargo ship up here, which is pretty interesting. So let's do this. We'll get the flight going. And these grapples, I'm telling you, they come in handy. So the more that you wrap around the map, the more you really get to see. And up here is that building, but I'm not gonna use the grapples. I want to check out the inside of the building. Now, this actually reminds me of the bottom area in Caldera. I don't know if you remember that, but it kind of had some of these ships as well. Oh, this is a literal cruise ship. This is a half-built cruise ship. This is freaking sick. I was not expecting that. I thought it was going to be like half-assed, but it actually is pretty good. They've done a pretty decent job here. And then we do that. See? Now, we do have a lot of cranes and stuff around here, which are probably going to be camper central, kind of how it is in Verdansk. But we're just rotating around. This is the old arsenal, for those of you wondering. What the hell is that? Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, what the hell was that? So now, we do want to go ahead and take the opportunity to cross over here into the area that has the bridge, because this is going to be one of those areas where you're going to want to take the bridge only when necessary. And the reason I say that is if you remember back to Urzikstan, things got a little crazy. And by the way, you know, I've done this right side, but it's already been like 10 minutes. There's so much map to explore. You're never going to get this in one game, you know? So we got this big ass bridge. This is an absolutely huge map. I have to imagine they're planning 150 to 200 players, because if they're not, it's going to flop like a mother, dude. Oh, here we go. We're entering into the higher combat zone. So we're going to have to dodge people a little bit more here. We don't want to end up fighting any of the bots or the zombies or anything like that. So let's go ahead and rotate through. It looks like there's a little train area right here that I kind of want to take a look at. I'm actually curious about this. I've not seen it yet, but it looks like you can dive straight through here. Oh, wow. That's cool. Little tunnel action. Man, it looks like they put a lot of work into this. Now, again, you're going to notice it may chug along here and there, and that comes down to genuinely just like the end game mode. I have to imagine whenever they implement Blackout, it's not going to be as bad because there's not going to be as many entities on the map. But we're kind of just running through here. I'm going to hit the edge here. We're probably going to hit the listening post, and I doubt we need to kind of run up this way just yet. I'll probably wrap back around for that. You can see right here, we've got the chop shop. I'll dive over so you can see it. And you can see a little cove, kind of like we had in Fortune's Keep. These nice little buildings here. I mean, this is giving me like a mixture of all past Verdansk maps, you know? Like that, or not Verdansk, Warzone maps. Like that's how it feels. All the Battle Royale maps mixed into one. It's clearly like the biggest map we've ever had. I mean, you can go for literally forever out here. This is truly, like, it really is. I feel like they put a lot of love into this, and to know that it almost got scrapped is insane. Because for what it's worth, I doubt this end game mode is going to be like the coolest thing ever. So right here, we've got the listening post, which I'm guessing is kind of like Array from Blackout, because you got these, you know, the big satellites. We've got these small buildings that you can land on. This is kind of reminding me of Urzikstan. And then right here, another kind of array area. Let's use that. We're going to fly over. Let's kind of hit this next little area, which again, this actually reminds me of the like top of the map on Battlefield 6, to be quite honest.
There's a shipping container nearby. Might be useful.
Okay, let's take that. So again, quite a bit to kind of take in here, but we've got another area right out here, which seems to be a fortress. And so what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try and get over to it, but in reality, it's probably not going to be... Okay, all right. we went into that water a little too fast. So I can't use the ability right now, which is really interesting. So we're just going to swim over here. I wonder. I don't think... Oh my God. I've not seen this yet. I've not been down here. Yo, this is crazy. This is why. Am I going to get slammed here? Straight up. Am I going to get slammed? Yo, this is sick, dude. This is a nice little area. I think this, again, reminds me of Caldera, where you have the lighthouse kind of at a different area of the map. Let's try and just get out of here. Get into the orange area again. Oh, we're just stuck in red. We're chalked. Hold on, we gotta fly out. We gotta fly out. It's crazy. And there's so many little islands down here. And I think that for this, it almost makes sense that water comes into play, but I know it's gonna be a frustrating point whenever it does. So right here is what reminds me of that, that kind of prison area on Al Mazrah. If you guys remember that. This is kind of nice area. I mean, you can see it's very large. All of these POIs are kind of huge, right? I feel like on the other Battle Royale maps that we've had, the POIs weren't so large, but this is ridiculously large. This is like stupid huge. So right here, we could move out of the red range. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to just wrap around to the left side. We may have to dive into a different game for the sake of checking everything out, but... so many ruins down here, so you can kind of run around to the edge. It kind of reminds me of Fortnite, actually. It feels like they did a good job pulling in aspects of different games, of different Battle Royale maps, of so many different things. And I'm truly impressed at how good this is. Now, I gotta say, again, the map chugging, a little bit gross. The map having like issues with like textures and how low quality it is as you're coming up, a little gross. What the hell is that? But the in-game mode for what it is all right. I'm not gonna do the campaign just to get into this. Like, I mean, I probably will for the sake of like content, but I would not recommend, like, unless you're trying to check out the Avalon map, to do it. But that's just because it's not my vibes, you know? So if it's your kind of thing, like, obviously don't let me hold you back by any means. But here we go. We're sitting at a sitting at coastal security. Let's go ahead and zip up here. Oh! Oh my God. You see what I'm saying? You can kind of zip up right there. So this is going to be your lighthouse. This also reminds me of Caldera. Oh, I did not realize you were there, big dog. It looks like you can actually wrap all the way over there, but let's go check out coastal security, which I don't think we just came from. Yeah, we're good. We're good. We're good. It's such a large map though. I don't like, this feels crazy. Am I wild? Also helicopter pad. So we're probably going to have a helicopter sitting here. That's the security area right there. We've got a gas station right there. Nice little bridge to cross. Yeah, I mean, man, it is crazy to see all the different details that they've just pulled from so many different games. Now, to be fair, this is not what I was expecting. And the reason I say that is because we did have Avalon in Black Ops 6. You could actually go outside of a map and check it out. But this is very different. And I almost wonder if the version of Avalon that we get with Blackout could be slightly different. Got a nice little pool. I don't know what this is. I think you can go inside and rank up your weapon if I'm not wrong. So if you see right here on the mini map, if I go up here, is that on the roof? Where the hell is this? Oh, it's on the same level. I'm stupid. What is that about? Okay. Didn't mean to get too crazy with you there. So right here, I could upgrade my weapon, and now it's purple. Cool beans. Cool beans. I know that doesn't matter to you guys, but we got, what is this? This is an unnamed POI. Interesting. So a little unnamed POI. I feel like a lot of this really does remind me of Caldera. Because we've got these like regal buildings like we did in Caldera, in like Fortune's Keep. I mean, the vehicles are very Caldera reminiscent. You got stuff like this, which obviously you can't drive, but it would be cool. Would be cool if you could drive it. Right now, the only drivable vehicles I believe are LTVs, and that's probably just like mode specific. Okay, how do I, Lord have mercy. Now this is where things kind of start to get cool. This is going to be the Trinity Stadium. And so right here, you kind of have your walk up at Trinity Stadium. You got a couple of guys. Now keep in mind, we are in an orange area and I am a CR0. So not a good idea for me to go crazy with it. But what we're going to do is actually just jump up right there. We can take this, jump up top, and I'll go ahead and show you the stadium from the rooftop. Because there is a lot going on right here. A lot. So you can see the stadium right here. It's going to be a soccer stadium. Or a football stadium if you're not from the US. And there's just so much area. Like, the stadium on Verdansk is tiny compared to this. It is tiny compared to this. I don't know how to explain it. It just feels so much smaller. I mean, it might be that there's just so much open area, and that's why I feel that way, but I'm not 100% sure. Now, we got another little unnamed POI over here, so I'll work my way over here. We got quite a few little buildings here. And again, being able to just float around the map is so huge. So right here, we got another little building. Let's go ahead and level up our gun here. I think that'd be a good idea. Oh, current weapon is the same. I'll upgrade the knife. Oh, that's cool. Now, I've not actually been to golf clubs, so let me see if I can get over here. Woo! Nice little roll technique right there. How about that? How about that? So let's try and get to the named locations real quick. Let's obviously you know that there's going to be a lot of different buildings out here, but I want to get to a lot of these named locations. So right here, this is the golf club. Go ahead and rotate down. You can see that there's a lot of like courses and stuff. So what I'll do is I'll drop right here, and you can see like the actual like area where you drive around over here. Actually, I don't even know. I think that's just a driveway. How interesting. But they've got a little pool right there. I actually wonder, out of curiosity. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's viable. That's viable. Nice. I don't know. Does this do anything? Oh, it does. How about that? How about that, guys? Looks like there's another little unnamed place over there, but let's keep it moving. Let's rotate out here. We've got residences up here, and then we'll make our way down to casino as well. Again, you can see how fast you can just fly around the map. I wonder if this is something that's going to stay implemented in oh my god, this is so cool. This is an unnamed location, by the way. Isn't that crazy? Look, a little unnamed tennis court. I love that there's just so many, like, this is called Tennis Club. You can see it at the top, but it's not like a main POI, so they don't actually, like, care to name it. So right here, I think this is residences. So you've got, like, a... Oh, yeah. You've got a little gas station there. You've got a building right here. A larger building. I actually wonder how crazy it is in here. It's not crazy. It's not crazy. What's going on over here? Evacuation in progress. March Super Pre. Yeah, I don't know what this is about. Interesting. Let's work our way down to casino real quick. Oh yeah. So I think casino is going to be somewhere down here. We've got, again, another set of unnamed places, but I think it falls into residences based on what I'm seeing at the top of the map, or top of the screen. All right, so this should be casino right here, which I don't even think I've seen just yet. So what I did is I hopped in earlier and I went through and I checked it out. So I wanted to give it another shot, but Should be good over here. There's so many zombies, dude. But if you do want to do it, the interesting thing is that you don't really have to stress too much because you can just glide around everything. Now, obviously, until you figure out how to glide, it's going to be a pain in the ass. But once you do, it's not that bad. Now, actually, this building, if you... Oh, didn't mean to do that, buddy. If you have seen the new map for Rebirth... Is that a guy? Is that a teammate? Oh, it's an enemy. If you've seen the new map for Resurgence, this is kind of that. This kind of reminds me of the top area on that. What the hell is happening? Yeah, you like that? I bet you do. I bet you do, Big Poppy. I kind of want to see what the inside looks like, you know? I really love the wingsuit. With everything in me, I love this wingsuit. So let's check out what the inside looks like. Let's try and... Okay, never mind. Not going to get that opportunity today. Let's actually work our way to resorts. That sounds like a good idea, Expel.
Got a checkpoint nearby. Eliminate all enemies and weaken the guild's foot.
Okay, so resorts is probably going to be our hot drop. This is kind of your construction of Urzikstan, you know? It's not as tall, but there are like staircases and stuff. There's not as many like densely populated areas. There's no like downtown area in this. It's gonna be more Blackout-esque, where there's a lot of moving around in an open area, right? And I think that's probably best case scenario in my opinion. So right here, we've got quite a few people up here, but what I'll do is I'll head up top. I'll show you guys kind of what it looks like from the top here. So you've got the back side, which we're clearly going to go to. It's got the winery over there. We got the front side, which has like Low Town and High Town, which is actually pretty sick, by the way. But there's just so much water, and I'm wondering how this is going to play into how the game plays itself, right? So let's work our way back to winery. There we go. And once we get over to winery, we'll probably rotate over to the next little area. We've got about 11 minutes left on this. I don't know if we'll need to hop back in, but we'll see what happens. So winery right here looks kind of like ruins a little bit. Everything's kind of in ruins, which is interesting to me. I don't know if that's like an aesthetic choice or if they like did it so that they could, you know, add different kinds of cover, because if it was all like built up, it probably wouldn't be as good. But this does look like a winery. Oh, look at this. Look at this. First of all, can I land in the tree? You actually have where they would grab the grapes. Isn't that interesting? Oh, what is this? Oh, so this is the main winery. Oh, dude, these POIs are insanely large. I genuinely can't believe how large these POIs are, you know? I keep thinking they're not that big, and then I realize, like, oh man, it's huge. Oh, that's what she said. Oh, look at that. You got a little bodega there. Is that what that's called? I don't know what that's called.
Located enemy.
Oh, and here's the little winery area. This kind of reminds me of Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time with like all the guards standing around. You see that? Literally exactly like it, dude. We'll rotate up this direction. We got a lot of buildings over at the edge. And then once we start wrapping back towards, you know, Coliseum excavation site, we may work our way toward the middle, toward Lowtown and stuff like that. I'm gonna have to grab Seapreds to pull me back in for just a couple more minutes, but we've got this one right here, which isn't a named location. I wonder if it falls into the winery category. Oh, it's called Pony Club. They should call it Pink Pony Club. Nice little building here. What the? Not bad. Not bad. Not the craziest thing. I could probably get through this if I had a team. Yeah, that'd be okay. So we got Pony Club, so I'm guessing this is kind of like a horse ranch or something like that. What is that? Yeah, I'm not messing with that. That's crazy. You crazy you think I'm doing that. Let's work our way up here to the launcher. Then we can get a little push here. Oh, what is that? Every time I like work my way around, I keep seeing that they've got all kinds of different things, you know? There's just so many different kinds of areas here. And I'm never expecting it. Okay, so we got a drone right there. We got some guys right there. As we go up, let's check it out. Little gas station. I think I'm gonna work my way down to excavation site, and then we'll go to Coliseum, since that's kind of on the way. So this is excavation site, which clearly looks kind of like Fortune's Keep, kind of like the zombies map. I can't think of what it's called. Like the recent one in Black Ops 6. You know what I'm talking about. Kind of reminds me of it definitely reminds me of that. Kind of reused assets, it looks like. And again, more excavation over here. So lots with that, lots of different areas. I mean, this is huge. I cannot believe how crazy large this map is. Let me see, where's Coliseum? We gotta go left. Oh shoot! Oh my god, I didn't even see old boy. So this is Coliseum over here. Another massive area, kind of like Stadium. Just absurd. And there's so many little areas outside of it to fight. This has got to be like a 200-person battle royale. Like, I cannot imagine that it's not at this point. But maybe they wanted to be slow. Pace it a little slower so that people could loot up. That would kind of make sense, right? What is going on here? They had a concert going on? Isn't that something? Tour de Monde. 2035. Nice, 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 nice. So we already went to Clifftown, so let's go ahead and rotate back to the right here. Oh, hold on. Bye, guys. We're gonna probably rotate back over here, and then we'll work our way into Lowtown. We still need to hit firing range. We got a couple more things to check out. And then I'm probably gonna explain a couple of things after that while we run around the map a little bit more. So let me go as fast as I can at this point to get over here, because it looks like I'm going a little slower right now. How close are we? Oh yeah, we can probably hit Heliport actually. Oh yeah, here we go, here we go. That's what I was trying to do. It's right here. We're at the Roman Canal. Nice. The way that you can literally just keep moving is crazy to me. Like, I don't think this is what Blackout's gonna be. I'm sure you're gonna have a set number of grapples instead of a field upgrade. But it is crazy. Because right now in this mode, it's definitely the best way to move around. And then this should be Heliport, I think. Or Heliport's a little bit further down. So this is the Aqueduct. Or the Aqueduct, or whatever you want to call it. This is the Art Warehouse. This is your police station. And then as we rotate over here... Is this still police station? Oh, it is. This is a very large police station. Where's the heli? Oh, okay. So this is Heliport right here. This area is Heliport. And again, quite a few large buildings. There's a lot of areas for which people can land. So it shouldn't really be an issue by any means. If you're ever looking for loot, you kind of have a lot of different options. Sorry, I realized I was going to splat the ground if I didn't do that. Yeah, we can probably rotate up. Don't have any more named locations here. Let me see. Come on, buddy. Let's go! I just love the wingsuit mechanic. Like, I know it's probably like super annoying for y'all. You're like, oh, this is too much. But in reality, I know that it's not going to be the main thing whenever you hop into Blackout. Like in Blackout, you're going to have to pick up grapples and they probably won't work the same. Like they'll probably be slightly different if I had to take a guess. Where are we right now? Look at this. Got this tower up here. You're kind of mid-map. I wonder if I can get up top in that tower. Oh yeah, look how fast we went. Yeah, I think this is kind of the peak of the map. Kind of like Caldera had a peak. This is kind of that. Oh, I forgot to mention, obviously there's wall bouncing. Now they did ask whenever we came to COD Next if we thought wall bouncing should be in Warzone, and I think pretty much everybody with a brain said no, because it didn't make sense. It didn't work for the maps. Like, think about hopping into a gulag and being able to wall bounce. That's absurd. So this is kind of your peak of the map to where you dive off and you can go wherever you want. We've already been down there. In reality, we kind of want to go this way. Head towards the fire range here. But you can just go so far. Gas station here. We've got the, what is this called? I don't know. I think they're just calling it fire station. Oh, there it is. And you just keep going, dude. It's literally insane how you just keep going. Oh, yeah, here it goes. Now, the thing is you obviously get these zone colors, which is kind of what you had in Modern Warfare Zombies. I am not a fan of that, but it won't be in Blackout whenever it drops. So we got firing range over here. Let's check that out. Because firing range is pretty interesting. It'll take you a minute to understand why it's firing range, because it's a couple different things, realistically. But firing range itself, like the actual firing range map, is on this side. It took me a minute to realize. But when you go right here, you can tell, like, this is the back side of it. You can come up. This is, like, kind of the main building. You got that building there. The door's right there. Like, quite a bit. That is the actual, like, firing range map. But I love when they do stuff like that and they implement it into the main mode. So I've got about 2 minutes left in this. I think we've pretty much hit every single area. Let me go ahead and rotate back. And we'll see if we can hit High Town and Low Town. I've got about a minute and a half. I don't know if this is going to work out, but we'll see what we can do. Yeah, you just have to go so far. Because the map's huge, man. The map's huge. Now, obviously, if you had a helicopter, it probably would have been easier to check out all these areas. But since they only gave us LTVs as the vehicles that you could use, I knew that it wasn't going to be, like, a good idea to try and drive around. Mostly because you just go so much faster with the grapple that, like, keeps refilling. And you can see that in the bottom right, that it just keeps refilling. So we got about a minute left. I think we can probably check out... This is Hightown right here. We might be able to see it. The issue is it's just so red, dude. Yeah, we're not going to make it. It's not even possible at this point. Got about 46 seconds. I think it pushes us into the orange zone. Low Town right there. We've kind of seen a little bit of it, so it's not that big of a deal. Let me see here. There we go. We'll take that to the top. You can see all these people up here. Kind of like that one building over there. Very similar to that. You can just go up top. And then this is your Low Town right here. So that's High Town. You can see quite a few buildings on this side. Again, reminds me of that area in Al Mazrah. And then Low Town kind of is set up for the Grand Prix over here. So it's got like a racetrack and things of that nature. If I can fly, we should be able to... Yep, there it is. And I'm going to die out right here. But this is Low Town. So, all in all, I would say this is kind of a big mixture of every map that has been available within any Battle Royale mode from Call of Duty, which I think is an absolute W. Now, we're diving into a match of multiplayer, and the reason why is because I kind of wanted to talk about Black Ops 7 as a whole. Now, of course, we've seen the Avalon map, but I am going crazy with this gun right now. I've not inspected this yet. This is absurd. Which kind of actually leads right into the conversation we were going to have is, did Call of Duty actually keep their promise with this game? And there's a couple of topics I could hit, of course, skill-based matchmaking being one of those. And for the most part, it seems like matchmaking's fine. Clearly, I'm playing a little bit early. So you're going to see, you know, some more difficult players here and there than you would normally see in, you know, in the open playlist. So once we get it to where everybody's truly in the open playlist, it'll probably play a little bit better. But, you know, I'm able to jump and slide and dive and all that stuff. No problem. Not running into any psychopaths the entire time. Like, there's been some players that are good. Like, you can see there's people already level 52, already level 47. For the sake of it, I'll show you, you can still use your XP tokens. So I'll go ahead and pop on a couple of 45-minute XP tokens. And we can kind of dive through and check out, you know, the fact that the guns feel good, but I have noticed there's a bit of grossness here and there. Sorry, I'm not really paying attention that well. But when I first hopped on, I noticed that whenever you're sliding and jumping, it feels like your bullets don't connect as well, like maybe they do less damage. I don't know how accurate that is. Another thing is that aim assist is massively toned down. This is something we've been asking for years. Now, it may seem like I have the same aim assist because obviously I've spent a lot of time getting my aim down pat, but rotational aim assist is drastically decreased. It was the first thing I noticed that it felt like I literally couldn't hit a single shot. And it was because I realized that I was playing for aim assist, which is kind of what I do in Warzone. And whenever I realized that's what I was doing, I was able to switch it up and kind of focus in on making sure that I was the one actually taking the shots here. Oh my God, I just got shotgun. That's insane. So the more that you play the multiplayer, the more you'll kind of learn how it's going to be. And from my understanding, this is the engine we're going to be playing on Warzone. Like, maybe I'm crazy. Maybe they're not going to change it. Maybe Warzone stays its own standalone thing. But aside from like wall jumping, I think the game's going to feel very similar. Now, I would actually hope to be wrong. And the reason I say that is because I don't want another reset, like a hard reset with the engine. And I don't think that's their goal at the end of the day. So I would say yeah, this shotgun's insane. They're probably not going to do that, actually, now that I think about it. So with that in mind, you know, we had this conversation, I mentioned it earlier, but like there's wall jumping in this. And I know a lot of people really don't love the wall jumping. I think it's fine for multiplayer. I barely use it. And one thing I'm noticing is that I do better the less I jump and the less I slide, you know? So while I'm trying to maneuver, God dang, this guy's a freak. He literally just kills me every time in one bullet. It's crazy. But the more I jump and the more I slide, the more I'm finding myself losing gunfights. So immediately I noticed that I need to change that. And when I recognized that, I started going on more streaks. I also started running around the edge of the map. Now, don't get me wrong, I don't play a ton of multiplayer, but I do understand that it's better not to just rush down the middle, because you're often going to die because most people are not, you know, going around the outside. They're kind of holding those choke points, which oftentimes are the like 3 lanes. So like, oh, that was close. That was close. So people will often be holding these choke points, and it made me think about how I was playing because I was really getting dogged on the first few games. Now, not to say I'm going crazy right here, but I don't even know how positive I was going in the first couple of games. Like after the first game. The first game, I swear, was the easiest game I've ever played. But after that, you know, my couple of games after that were were a little crazy. I was just getting slammed left and right, and obviously that's not the goal. So I think the aim assist thing, I don't know if it's going to be implemented into Warzone. I would hope we see stuff like that. I'd hope we see the open matchmaking system. Oh, this is insane. Yeah, they all spawned right on top of each other. I'd love to see stuff like that slowly get implemented into Warzone. But the thing is they really want Warzone to kind of be its own thing. And they're slowly pushing toward that. And I think that, you know, when I had a conversation with the lead developers at Raven, they specifically said like, hey, you know, everything we add in from now on isn't going to take away from what Warzone is. It's really going to add to its identity. We don't want to take away what Warzone was. And I keep bringing this up. Because every single time I see these videos where it's like, F you Call of Duty, I'm like, dude, I hear you. I do hear you, but the issue is Call of Duty's literally doing all the shit that we've been begging them to do for literal years, and just bitching right now is the dumbest shit I've ever seen in my entire life. I keep seeing these creators that are like just garnering attention from the negativity, and I get it, you know, it'll pay the bills, but dude, I want to see people succeed off of just like being positive. And when Call of Duty's literally doing the best job they've done in years, like I've been, you know, the biggest critique of Call of Duty. If you go back and look at my videos from Urzikstan, you can see that I was talking mad shit about Call of Duty at the time because they were just doing terrible. Oh, I'm dead. Give me that. How did that happen? I mean, you can go back. You can look at my track record. I'm the first person that's gonna... that's gonna call out Call of Duty for being on some bullshit. But truly, I don't think Black Ops 7's a bad game. I think that compared to the last few games we've been getting, it's probably one of the better ones. Especially matchmaking wise, it's definitely way more fun. Because I'm not having to struggle with every single match. Like, I'm able to go on streaks. It's not a 1-to-1 every time. I mean, I'm on a 2.8 KD right now. In fact, we're kind of going crazy right now. Oh no! Dude, he just snuck up on right side. That's crazy. That's crazy. But like, I could play this multiplayer, you know? Like, I'm not gonna struggle this year when last year on Black Ops 6, all I could play was Nuketown. Like, I was like, screw this, I'm just gonna mindlessly grind. But in this game, I feel like it's decent. And this isn't me like sucking off COD. I know a lot of people do this thing where they're like, you're on COD's payroll. I've never, ever taken a single dollar from Call of Duty. Ever. No advertisements, no nothing. So when people say that, it's just one of those like laughably, easily disprovable things. Obviously, I'm not gonna show my bank account because... How the f does he keep doing that? Look at this! Bro, it's insane. It's insane. It's insane. That, okay, so shotguns do be wildin'. Shotguns do be wildin'. But that's kind of what I was talking about, where it's like, some guns, I'm telling you, are just so gross. Like, they feel weird. And one of those is like the Dravik or the Dravek or whatever you want to call it, that SMG. Like, it feels super crazy. We got this MXR right here. It's a little slow. I've noticed that if you put on 8 attachments, like everything seems to feel a little bit better because you have more of an opportunity to push your weapons limits. But I'm just curious how all this is gonna feel in Warzone. Like, are they gonna have to like properly, what is it called? Port all of this over, or is it already gonna work within the current engine? Like, that's my question right now. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh. I want to get a shotgun kill. Let me get a shotgun kill, please. Is this even a shotgun? This isn't a shotgun. What is this? Oh, I'm dead. Oh, I'm dead. Oh my god, I'm dead. What is this? I don't know what I'm using. What the? God dang it, the shotgun guy! I'm losing my mind on this dude. I'm losing my goddamn mind. Now, the interesting thing is that, like, shotguns are not going to be good in Warzone. Either way, I don't know if you guys know this. The Warzone update comes on December 4th. So, while we're able to hop in and, like, play stuff like this on Black Ops 7, and you guys, you know, are more than welcome to buy it or not buy it, it really does not matter to me, to be clear. Oh my god, I got one! Let's go.
Let up.
Skewer available for assignment.
Ah! Damn it. Damn it, damn it, damn it. We're going crazy out here. We're going crazy out here. Oh my god. Okay, all right, all right. For the record, I do not like the rampart fully. Like, it feels good when you're playing at a distance, so you're just camping it out, but obviously I'm not doing that. Yeah, I mean, I just think there's a couple of things that are gonna reveal themselves as we get to play more and more. Whether or not these weapons are going to be good, whether or not, you know, it was, at the end of the day, a little too futuristic, which was always going to be the vibe for this game. I just think for what it's worth, we've seen a lot of mistakes when it comes to Call of Duty. And it feels like Treyarch really is listening on this one because they have to. You know? Like, we've seen repeatedly that as soon as competition comes along, we get Battlefield, and all of a sudden they're forced to hop in and like start doing what people want. And it's like, we're getting this open playlist. We're completely... What the? I just got a collateral. Let's go, baby. That's crazy. That is crazy. I'm just happy to see the Call of Duty's moving forward. You know, like at the end of the day, there's so many different things where they could have gone wrong that it seems like they did right. And when this gets ported over to Warzone, it could be pretty good. Let's play one more game and let's keep chatting. And moving into this one, I kind of wanted to take more of a look at like the Blackout conversation. So obviously we know that Warzone's getting ported over on the 4th. I just said that, but Blackout is a completely different entity. I talked about that a little bit earlier while we were actually playing it, but I truly do not know whether or not that's going to be good or not. Damn, I almost turned on my boy. I almost turned that boy on. What? I don't know if it's going to be good or not because there's just so many ifs that come along with it that it could end up in a situation where it's truly just like a tough call. Damn. I don't know if I like this shotgun. I don't know if I like that he kills me with that shotgun either. But like you saw, obviously Blackout has the jump mechanic. Blackout has the wingsuits. It has grapples. I just don't know what to expect. I'd love if they would invite me out to play it early. I think that would be super cool. If you guys want to invite me out, Activision, please, you have my number. Invite me out so that I can, you know, give some feedback before you guys just drop this big new experience without testing. I mean, I assume they're going to test it anyway, but it's going to be like Swag, who has already committed himself to being a Battlefield fan now, which I mean, I'm not saying the Battlefield's bad by any means. It's just never been my type of vibes. I'm obviously someone that plays at a little bit of a faster pace. So when I try to play something like that, it just kind of bores the hell out of me. I think it's cool. Don't get me wrong. I think it's a cool game, but it's just not my thing. And this isn't me just like fanboying over Call of Duty. I just, like, Call of Duty's always been the jam, dude. That's just how I am. Now, there's been years where I've talked mad smack about Call of Duty. And I think that Battlefield could be an industry leader if they keep up what they're doing. But there's never any guarantees for stuff like that, you know? Heck, I mean, extraction shooters right now are going insane. But anyway, my point is looking at Blackout, you know, Blackout came from a different time. Blackout was at a time where PUBG reigned supreme. We had H1Z1s, stuff like that. Like those kinds of things were, you know, topping the charts every month. And so to see something like that make a comeback, it really makes you question whether or not, oh my God! The shotgun's gonna put me on tilt. Did I get it? Yeah. But it really makes you question whether or not something like that can work in the now. Because there's been so many times where people have tried to recreate it and it just never worked. I remember there was something called like Dinner Royale or something. I don't know what it was called, but like Lunch Royale. I genuinely do not remember the name of it, but it was very interesting and I tried to do it. I tried to play it when Blackout was on the low. Like it was starting to do worse back then. And when I did, it was just so weird. And I don't think that any game has been able to capture what Blackout had. You know, being able to like grapple into someone's vehicle back then was insane. When you grab those weapons and you finally find a scope for the Paladin, it's just like so freaking exciting. Like there's so many things about Blackout that was good, but I think they may have caught lightning in a bottle, you know? Like that might be the issue, is that they may not be able to get that back. So when I think about, oh, is Blackout gonna be good? I'm like, I really don't have an explanation for that. Like just looking at it, like the map could be good, but it's huge. You know, these wingsuits feel incredible, but is that gonna be too fast paced for the average player? Like there's so many different things because they took what Blackout was, and based on the co-op campaign, it looks like they've sped it up drastically. And Blackout was never like an ultra fast paced game. It was quick, but it wasn't like ultra fast paced like what we had in Urzikstan. And it feels like now, like Avalon is even faster than Urzikstan was. And that's got me a little bit nervous because I don't know if that's something that the average player will want to do. I don't know if they're planning to have just like a few playlists on that and not like a large number of playlists, or if they're just planning to do one Blackout mode that's like trios, or if they're doing quads or solos or what it is. But my nervousness is the lightning in the bottle. You know, are they going to be able to capture what we had back in the day. Oh my God, I ran out of ammo. I'm an absolute goober. I should have reloaded at some point in time. I don't know why I didn't. But I will say, like, playing regular multiplayer right here, what I got to commend them on is they took a lot of the feedback that we gave them, and they really did implement it, because there were so many little things where it's like, okay, weapon leveling takes way too damn long. And it seems like, you know, I've been able to level 3 weapons in just a couple of hours. Oh my God, I'm telling you, like, no aim assist, you just expect it, like, after so many years of it, and it's so hard to make that change. Oh, hit a reload. No, I'm never gonna pull it off. I'm never gonna get that guy off the heady. I'm telling you, without aim assist, it's so hard. I think this is actually gonna even up the playing field for mouse and keyboard. Like, people are actually finally gonna be able to play on mouse and keyboard. Need to get better at reloading after every kill. Nice. No! Damn it! The freaking shotgun guy! I forgot he was in the game for a second there because I hadn't seen him in a while. I'm gonna get you out. Oh my God! Oh, I didn't even see him, bro. I was too stunned. I was too stunned. He had me in a stun. My goodness gracious. But if they implement kind of the weapon leveling system from this, like the speed at which you weapon these levels into Warzone, you know, it might be good.
I can't find anyone, but sorry.
It might be good for the free-to-play players, which would be kind of nice. And I definitely think that's one of the things that they, you know, they forget a lot of the times, is that free-to-play players often, like, they try to force them into buying the game because it's faster to level up in multiplayer, which is not a good business practice. I also don't know about how I feel when it comes to the prestige attachments in this. Bro, if I have to run into that chrono guy one more time, I'm gonna call his grandmother and take her on a date to Chili's. I swear to you, I'm gonna do it. Yo, this is crazy. Oh no! Oh my! Lack of aim assist. It's crazy. UAV!
Securing B.
Oh my God, he's just sitting there. Give me my health! Bro, that freaking shotgun guy. That freaking shotgun guy. I don't know. I've been having fun, man. And at the end of the day, if you're a casual player, like if this is the only thing you take from this video, if you're a casual player and you want to hop on with the boys and have a little fun, it feels like Black Ops 2, bro. I know. Someone's gonna be like, Black Ops 2, this game fucking sucks. Oh my God, Expel, you're such an idiot. You're paid by Call of Duty, you fucking shell. No. Holy shit. Like, I'll bitch just as much as anyone else, but like, I also look at things like purely objectively. And when I recognize like the similarities in the way that things feel, and I can see that like I get what they were going for, like they pulled things from the past specifically to ensure that it felt a specific way, and I can recognize that without having to be like super negative and just look at things for what they are. Like, this game truly does. I mean, it feels like how I remember playing Black Ops 2. Like, obviously there's wall bounces, which is kind of stupid, but you know, if it was boots on the ground and we weren't on 120 FOV, like if we weren't on PC and we didn't have the option to change our FOV, God dang, that's like a mile away. That's a mile away with that shotgun, bro. Then I feel like this is as close as we're ever gonna get to Black Ops 2. And if you don't like it, then at the end of the day, Call of Duty just might not be for you. And this isn't me like necessarily like talking shit about you. I just think that we've been blinded by rose-tinted glasses for so long that we can't recognize what actually happened back in the day. I remember playing Advanced Warfare and sweating my ass off, bro. Like straight up sweating my ass off. That was the highest skill-based matchmaking we had seen ever. And a lot of it came down to the mechanics. Once people mastered the mechanics, it became a different game. And that's what this is going to come down to. This is like, that's what Warzone came down to, is that once people figured out how to slide cancel properly, Warzone changed, bro. Like people are like slipping and sliding around corners. You know, they're like turning and twisting on people. You know, we've got controllers like your boy's controller right here, which you can go to expel.gg and get. Like people got these insane pro controllers and stuff like that. And I think it's made a huge difference in whether or not, you know, skill is improved over time. And the issue is this is gameplay wise as close as we're going to get to Black Ops 2 in a modern like setting, you know, in like a 2020 plus kind of vibes. And I think that what's really happened is that the player base has improved so drastically that you're never gonna get that feeling back. Because what we had when we were growing up is, oh my God. Have I even killed this guy? What we had back then is just so different than what we have now. The world was different. Gamers were just like the nerds that sat in their rooms, you and me. Like, it wasn't a lot of like mainstream people that were just like naturally good at stuff that hopped on. It was like just people that wanted to vibe out, have fun. We were mostly like recluses, I feel like. Fuck that guy. But that's kind of what it came down to. And I think now it's just going to be hard to pull that feeling in a new game because we've been so
fucking unacceptable.
Exactly. We've been so attuned to like growing up with these that when we get to these new games and there's new people on, and during COVID, like gaming blew up and all this other stuff, like it's just a different world, man. And I don't think we're necessarily ever gonna get that feeling again, especially adults, you know, like you and me. Like, we're not gonna get that feeling that we had back in the day in Call of Duty 4, you know, Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3, Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2, Black Ops 3. Like, these games were incredible, but only because we got to play it with our friends growing up, and like our friends, like at night when like during COVID, we were able to play Warzone. And I think that that's really what's going to hold this game back, is that people are expecting something from Call of Duty that you're never going to catch again. And that's not to say the game is bad or good or anything like that. That's literally just saying that there's so many people that just can't recognize that they're just looking through rose-tinted glasses, that if you look at things objectively and you actually compare, like, okay, what weapons they have in this? Like, if I go over to the weapon tab and you look at this, we literally have the Peacekeeper. You know, the MXR is the Rampart. The AK-27 is the AK-47. The M15, I think, is like the Honey Badger or something like that. Like so many of these weapons are just like literally remakes, you know? Like, you can go through and see what weapons are remakes from older games. Like, this is the Cordite. We have the Razor, which is the Razor. Like, so many different things. I can't think of what this was. It's like the MSC or something like that. It's the MPC. You know, we've got the shotguns, which of course are always going to be pretty much the same. You know, you've got the LMGs that are always pretty much the same. You've got the M8A1 from Black Ops 2. You've got, you know, I guess this is like an EBR. And then what is that? I can't think of the name of it, but it was in Black Ops 4. We've got our sniper rifles. This is kind of like the starts with a K. I can't think of it, from Black Ops 4. Like, all of these weapons are just callbacks to the old games, like every weapon. And then, you know, the same goes for these pistols. Like, you got the Coda right here. By the way, I'm pretty sure they added the knife in because everybody was so annoyed using this Flatline Mark II during Warzone. Like, multiple of us told them, they were like, this thing is super annoying. It's annoying to pull out a shock stick, and it just yells at you the entire time. But like, literally, if you look at it, obviously we're not on the Pick 10 system. Clearly, it's a very different system. But it's like an upgraded version of Black Ops 2. It truly feels like we're finally going through a line of this, but you're just never going to feel the same. So that's kind of what it comes down to, is that you're just never going to feel the same about Call of Duty because we've already passed that point in our lives. It's got really deep, but man, I don't know. Like, the score streaks take me back to Black Ops 2. You know, like all of these score streaks, Harp, VTOL, you know, you've got the I don't know what they're called, the RCXDs, HKDS, whatever that was, the wraps, you know. You got the Watchdog, the Hellstorm. Oh man, the hand cannon's in that. I don't even know it. Sentry turret, you know, whatever the hell this was called back in the day. You got a napalm, counter UAV, care package, skewer, UAV, RCXD, scout pulse. Like this is everything was just ripped from past games. At the end of the day, this is exactly what we've been asking for. But I don't think we're going to be happy with it. I really don't. Ironically, that's just life. That's just life. We all expect bigger and better things. And you know what? We do deserve bigger and better things out of a company that's making multi-billions of dollars. But I don't know. I think at some point we just recognize that the Call of Duty audience is never going to be happy. This got really deep really quick, but either way, let me know what you guys think in a comment down below. Obviously, there's a whole different thing than the Avalon conversation, but this is kind of just a little bit of a behind the scenes thing about what I've been thinking about recently whenever it comes to Black Ops 7, because just hopping in and playing, I had such a good time. I really did. Like, I streamed it, which was nice. I really enjoy streaming to you guys every once in a while, but I streamed it, which was nice. And now hopping in and check everything out. I'm excited to actually play multiplayer to level up these weapons, even though I don't have a ton of time. I'm excited. And I think you guys will enjoy it as well. But, you know, I'm not telling you to buy the game off of that. For the love of God, don't decide whether or not you're buying the game off of what I say. You know, that's stupid. You should watch a shitload of videos, like a metric ton of videos. Trust JGod is what I would say. But either way, I hope you guys have an incredible remainder of your day. I'm gonna skip skedaddle out of here, and I'm gonna get this uploaded. So, thanks. Get a controller. Love you.